Hello everybody, it's the Bricklord here, back with another Ninjago video, and today this is pretty darn exciting because the first two episodes of Ninjago Season 14, The Island, have finally dropped in English, and so that means the start of episode reviews here on my channel. And I did not do episode reviews for Season 13 because when I started my channel, Season 13 was rounding to a close, and so I didn't really do episode reviews then. But yeah, super excited to start something new on my channel doing those. And I mean, it's probably going to work just like most other Ninjago YouTubers and how I'm going to run this. But I'm going to talk about the plot. I'm going to talk about then the pros and all the good things. Then I'm going to talk about the cons and the bad things. And then at the end, I will give it a score out of 10. But yeah, really not a whole lot else to talk about, so we're just going to dive right into Ninjago Season 14 Episode 1 review, Uncharted. Super excited, so yeah, we're just going to dive right in right now. And the last thing I want to mention is the warning of spoilers. Please click off this video right now if you do not want any information of what happens in the first episode of Season 14, Uncharted. This video will contain spoilers of what happens, so please click off, go watch that episode, and then come back to this video. So yes, this is a last warning of spoilers, but with that all out of the way, we are going to proceed and start right now. And of course, the first thing we're going to talk about is the plot. And alrighty, jumping right into the plot of this episode, the whole premise of this is it starts off with Wu, Misako, Clutch Powers, Dwayne, and a couple other members of Clutch Powers' party traveling on this island that we've never seen before, and they're just kind of hacking their way through the jungle and kind of complaining a little bit, and they eventually come upon a statue. It ends up attacking them, and then we kind of revert back to Ninjago, where Lloyd's kind of doing some investigating, kind of keeping up on what's happening with some prisoners, and then Cecil, the guy that owns the Explorers Club, basically comes and informs them. He says that, Misako and Clutch Powers, their expedition has gone missing, they're presumed lost, and then Lloyd kind of gets all flustered and says, we're going after them. And so then they go to learn some information where they hear that one guy has escaped the island before, and his name is Timothy, or more commonly people, he says, call him Twitchy Tim. And so yeah, they go to recruit him to help them in their endeavors to explore the island. They go start heading towards the island, and then they use some catamarans and travel across the ocean, reach the island, and then they kind of find the missing camp, empty of Wu and Misako and Clutch Powers. They basically bring down the jungle chopper bikes, and they start to drive off, and that's really where the episode ends. Pretty basic plot, nothing too special, and it's kind of just meh. But so yeah, that's the overall plot of the episode. Next, we are going to talk about all the pros in this episode. And honestly, for pros, I really don't have like a whole lot, because this installment is by far not the best, and in particular this episode, it's not a horrible premiere, but it definitely does not have that many pros. The first major pro I can say is gorgeous animation. It looks incredible. Stellar work there. Everything looks awesome. Otherwise, though, I mean, yeah, there's really not a whole lot else that's pretty, cool. I guess another pro would be the design of the island suits. I think those look pretty good. And otherwise, though, just the animation and design of stuff is good, but that's really the major pro for me. And now we will talk about the cons of this episode. And yeah, this is going to be a lot longer of a segment than the pros because there's definitely more things wrong with this episode than right. Firstly, I mean, okay, the exploration just came out of nowhere. I was hoping it would connect to Season 13 much better. Also, the ninja just randomly get their island suits with no explanation. Yeah, I mean, it's just so meh. Clutch Powers is not really any better than he already was. And the ninja don't do too much. Twitchy Tim is kind of annoying, not terrible, but yeah. I mean, there's just not that much great about this premiere, and really it's just kind of another meh premiere in my opinion. Not as bad as a couple, but definitely not really that high up there. So yeah, the cons are definitely pretty high in this, and yeah, that's very unfortunate, but overall, a lot of cons in this episode. And now for the score out of 10. And yeah, for a score out of 10. Well, as I mentioned, this episode, is pretty meh. And, there's really not that much going for it. Like I mentioned, there's many cons, and really there's just many missed opportunities, such as connecting better to Season 13. Also, why wasn't there an explanation of how the ninjas got their island suits and etc.? So really, it's not the absolute worst premiere, but it's definitely by far not the best. And so for a rating out of 10, I'm going to give it kind of right here in the middle, a 5.5 out of 10. It's nothing too special and memorable, but it's definitely not the worst, and that's kind of really, that's it. I mean, that's all this episode has. So yeah, kind of just a middle tier episode. So yeah, nothing too great, but yeah, that's about all for it. And that will now conclude my Ninjago Season 14 Episode 1 Uncharted review. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm definitely excited to continue these episode reviews for the rest of the island. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I do want to mention right now that I do have my own Discord server, and the link to that will be in the description of this video. Otherwise, though, if you guys enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like, and if you guys absolutely enjoy my content, definitely think about hitting that subscribe button. I am trying to reach 150 subscribers here relatively soon, and yeah, if you guys are already subscribed, make sure you have that notification bell hit so you don't miss anything from me. Otherwise, though, really not a whole lot else to say, though. Stay tuned here soon, probably maybe tomorrow or so after this video, a day or so. I will put out the second episode review for episode 2 of the island. But yeah, not a whole lot else, though, and without keeping you guys waiting any longer and holding up any more of your guys' time, I will see you all in the next video, so bye!